I don't run my business with 100 tools. I actually run my business with a small stack, like that keeps things peaceful in my business. Because I've been online since 2014, and in this season, it's all about systems. I'm talking about systems that feel calm, that not complicated. I'm gonna talk about like the exact tools that I use in my soft business and how I really, really keep a low overhead as well when it comes to my business, because I am I guess you want to say, I am a one person business. So I don't have a team of people. I do not have any help. I outsource maybe one or two things. I talked about in my last video about my publishing process. So I outsource a couple of things with that. But other than that, it's just me, myself, and I in my Trello board. Okay, that's really what it is. But I want to talk about my tool stack when it comes to my business, and hopefully maybe this will help you so you'll think about just the things that you need in your business, however you are setting up your what you call a soft business or a calm business. So before I do, I want to talk about the mindset or the philosophy around tools. For me, tools don't build my business, my systems do. So every tool that I use serves a purpose. We're just capturing something, organizing, repurposing, distributing. So I'm not trying to be everywhere, right? I build a searchable content business that compounds. So essentially, that's what I do. My goal in my business is to make sure that I am creating some content every single day. Yes, every single day. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm working every single day. I love the fact of how technology has allowed us to schedule things out so that it can appear that you are on. It can appear that you have, you already recorded something. Well, this video is, I'm recording it on a Saturday. Happy Valentine's Day. I had a great day with my husband, so I was like, I got to get my video out. It's a part of my routine. Right, it's a part of not just my routine of who I am and getting my content out, because I believe, especially like on YouTube, on Pinterest and blogs, Medium, Substack, podcasts. I love putting my best work on these type of platforms because I know for a fact that these videos are going to work for me over and over and over again. All right. People are going to see my videos over and over again. People are going to see my blog posts over and over again. That doesn't mean your girl is anti-social media. I'm not anti-social media because I am on Instagram. You can find me, Sharlrita Deloatch. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. I am on Twitter. I'm not active on Twitter. I just changed my profile picture and stuff on Twitter. What's some other social platforms? But most social platforms I'm on, I have some type of presence. But I don't put a lot of energy and emphasis into those platforms, where I am, like always on. I guess if that makes sense, right? So that's my thought process around social media. It's not that I'm not there. I used to be like that, like, no social media. But now, I can see the point in social media, but I do not put emphasis on creating content on social media like that makes me have to do it. Because like on my Facebook, not my business page, but on my Facebook personal page. My Facebook personal page is curated of family, friends, classmates, people that know me. It may be some business people there too, but I curate my content just for fun. It's for fun for me. Now, when it comes to my YouTube, my blog, that's the work. Okay, because I'm building a body of work. So let's get into these tools. Now, my first tool is Loom. Loom. That's my quiet content engine right there. I love recording videos in Loom. And then I have a plan where it transcribes every video. I prefer Loom because it's quick to capture my thoughts, easy transcriptions. Like it helps me turn my videos into blogs, books, podcast notes. Like, so I can record a YouTube, have it transcribed, and the transcription turns into pins, to blogs, all of those things. That's why I love Loom. Okay, that Loom is bad. I use Loom since they've been out, since they came into conception. Loom, girl, I always been with them, because I used it too when I had my publishing business, when I had people on my team and things like that. It was easy for me to, I think it's so easy to record a video and you can grab the link for the video and you can send it to somebody. So I really, really love Loom. I also love it too because sometimes when I'm out, I will have these thoughts that I would turn into like emails. If you're on my email list, like if you're on my newsletter, those, when I send those, that comes from thoughts that I could be out, grocery store, conversations that I'm having with my husband, and I have the Loom app on my phone, and I could just record it. I could just record it, and then by the time I get home, it's transcribed, and then I have ChatGPT to turn it into an email for me. Because again, it's in my voice, so it's not like ChatGPT is telling me what to say. It's in my voice. It allows me. I just sometimes I just be talking but I love it because it formalizes my thoughts into emails with, like with ChatGPT and Loom combined. So yeah, Loom is that girl. Okay. The second two I love, Trello, the business brain. Okay. I manage myself, all the chaos in my head, all my passwords, all my business things. Trello holds that. She holds my weekly workflow, my YouTube tasks, my podcast workflow, my repurposing checklist. Okay. I don't do the same things every day, but I do the same things every week, and Trello keeps me there. So it's non-negotiable. That's like the first two I'm clocking in on Trello. Okay. When it's time for me to start working, Trello is up because that's how I clock in. You know how when you had a job and you had to pull up, I don't know about you. I haven't been on a job in years, but I know when I worked like in call center, things like that, although we had to swipe to come in, honey, you had to get on that computer. And that was the first tool you would pull up is our clock in system. You got to put your numbers and clock in. That's what Trello is to me. What we doing today, girl? Today is Tuesday. I got my list for Tuesday and I am doing everything on that list. Okay. Now, what I do have in my business, I have theme days, and I've always been doing theme days even when I was in publishing. That's why I was able to run a 6-figure publishing business with low overhead, low team. I didn't have to have a whole lot of people on my team because there was a flow. Every Tuesday, my publishing clients knew they were going to hear from me or somebody on my team with an update on their book. It was like clockwork. We had it in our manual. It was just everywhere. So I knew Tuesdays was like book day. That was client day. I should call it client work day. Right. So even though I do not do a lot of client work, if I take on someone, like helping them with their book or something like that, they may pay me something to, I have had people to do that, especially like quick work. I would still Tuesday, that's client work day. Okay. So I do have themed days for my business. And so those of you that do multiple things like myself, that's how I'm able to stay consistent. Okay. So like if I pull up my Trello board, right? You want to see my Trello board? Let me show you. Let me show you my Trello board so to kind of give you a back behind the scenes what this looks like. All right, so here's my Trello board right here. Okay, so like for instance, Monday, I got to change that verbiage there since I have an Etsy shop now. That's going to be my Etsy day. So on Monday, the goal is to upload 2 to 3 digital products on my day. Now, That's something I do at the end after I do my content. So if I know YouTube, we're doing a post that day, make sure that is up. Make sure I write my Substack article. Make sure and then I can get into the theme of the day. That's how I work. Even with my book writing, I do that on Tuesdays, but I must get my content out. My content is the hub of my business. That has to go out no matter what. I'm not going to sit here and write a book until I get my content out. So that means creating on Tuesdays, I upload a YouTube video and then I write a Medium article from that video. You see how that works? And then I work on my books. So that's how I work Trello. And this right here helps me to stay on task. And that's why I can do multiple things and run circles around anybody without feeling confused or what I'm feeling I'm doing too much, because I have theme days. So there you have it. That's Trello. So she's bae. She should have been number one, but she is bae. Okay, my next two is ChatGPT. Now that's my repurpose hub. Now when it comes to ChatGPT, I always use my voice, like I do in this video, right? I actually take videos like this, transcribe them, have ChatGPT to help me to organize it, not write it, but organize it. ChatGPT makes my Pinterest pins. But AI is not replacing me. It's not replacing my voice. It just accelerates what I already know how to do. I was writing before AI, but it helps me to do things a whole lot heck faster, right? So taking a blog post, it used to take me an hour or so to write a full blog post, and that just making sure I knew what I was writing about, or a Medium article. But since I already have the video content, I'm just going to have ChatGPT to help me to organize it, to make it into a article. I read over it to make sure that it's not inserting words that I don't use or I didn't use in my video. I make sure that I emphasize as well, use the words that I use. Okay, so there's words that I use when I talk. There's words that I don't use when I talk. Like when when ChatGPT say things like, you are not lost, you are found. I don't talk like that. Okay. I used to copy and paste that, and I thought about, Sharlrita, you don't talk like that, girl. So use ChatGPT a way to accelerate your voice. Don't be afraid to using your voice. I used to be transparent. I used to, when it came to my YouTube videos, I used to use a lot of scripting. There's an app on my phone, and somebody asked me, what do I use to record my videos? My iPhone. I'm talking to you on my iPhone right now. So I use my iPhone, but there's an app called Captions that I use, and I used to read my scripts from there. No, I no longer use a script, but I do have my talking points right here. So I can make sure I stay on task and make sure I talk about all the tools that I use. But yeah, I still make use of that app. But yeah, girl, we, use AI. Okay. I'm not afraid of AI. AI for me personally makes things much more faster. All right. My next favorite tool is Beacons. Okay. That's my soft digital home. Everything is a connection there. When you go to mysoftlife.biz.com, everything that I have is there. Okay. It's one clean place where I can link my books, my offers, resources. I love to use it as like a space, especially if I'm out talking to someone and networking. I can just tell them to go to mysoftlife.biz.com. Now, I do have a WordPress website. I always have, sharlritadeloatch.com, that hosts my blogs. Now, I could direct people there, but when I looked at the mobile version of my website, which is something I probably need to fix, it's not user friendly. So I said, you know what? I'm going to use Beacons. I am on the $10 version. And I'm on the $10 version because I do have a couple of courses that I host there, and I want women to be able to access those courses and easily in an easy way. I want them to access them in an easy way. But also I love that it already has the option for you to use Klarna or Afterpay. so I can turn that on with the upgraded option. I don't think you can do that with the free option. So that's why I pay for that. So I'm gonna, continue to pay for that. So yeah, that's my home. I like using beacons. My next favorite tool is systeme.io. That's my newsletter hub. Okay. Now with Systeme, I use that for a long time in my business to send emails. That's where the connection is happening. I believe you still need to have an email list. I still have an email list. So I use Systeme. I've been using that for so long. So like if you want to join my newsletter, the link is down in my description. But yeah, that's how I'm able to, like if you want to keep up with what I'm doing, I send a newsletter each week, kind of like a private thing, so let you know what I'm doing, what's up, what's going on. It's like a quiet space that I use for Systeme. But Systeme used to run my entire business before I got with Beacons. But since I'm not really using Systeme like that in that way, I downgraded to the free plan because I don't have the need for the extra. Now I did have I think it was like the $47 plan. I had that for a while. And then when I decided to kind of switch up how I was doing business, I didn't see a need for it. So I went down to the $17 plan. They have it used to be 27, but it's $17 a month. Excuse me, which is still a great deal. I was running I think I've talked about it on this channel. Another way that I make money is through tokenized real estate. Okay, so that's investing. I may do a separate video on that, but that's real passive income for me. And with the tokenization, I have the opportunity to share with other people, and when I share it, I get commission and things like that. But it's an investment. You're investing in real estate and real life properties, and I make passive income Monday through Friday on properties. But because I'm also a digital agent, I mean I can share with other people and get paid. I wanted to have my little funnel going on, but that wasn't really working for me. So now I like I said, I may do a video on that if that's something that interests you and you want to learn more about. But that's what my husband is really totally into. And so because he's into it, he always is like the type of husband. He's like, look, I'm going to put you on. You're going to get your own account so you can have your own investment account. So because I have that, I share, but going back to Systeme, that's the reason why I was on a $17 plan, because I needed it for funnel purposes. I like to be organized. So even if I'm inviting people to calls, I like to have contact information. But all of that, it's just not working for me. Okay, it's just not working for me. So I'm like, look, you do that over there. I still help you out, but let me lean over here into what I'm doing over here. I don't have to do that, to make money. I can make money whether I tell people about it or not. But I'm on the free plan with Systeme. That's where I host my newsletter. Okay, my next tool is Google Suites, girl. We love Google Suites. Okay. I got a Gmail. All right. I was able to import my Sharlrita Deloatch email at Gmail. I use Google Docs to write. I use the sheets for tracking. I use everything in Google Suites. Okay. I used to run my entire publishing business. You hear me? In Google Suites. Yes. The forms, all of that. Those were the days. It was just so simple. I had very low overhead, but Google Suites is the thing. If you're not using it, especially for storage of things, if you're watching this, you ever been a publishing client, you had a Google folder. So yeah, I love using Google Suites too. So some other tools that I want to mention is, of course, that help flow in my business, Canva. We use Canva for all graphics, my covers, book covers, podcast graphics, sometimes Pinterest pins, Substack for my podcast show notes, Camp, KDP to upload my books, Riverside, use that to record my podcast. I use Spotify to upload my podcast, Pinterest, and then WordPress. I use Pretty Links too. Pretty Links allows me to have that. Like if you ever heard me say Sharlrita Deloatch go to sharlritadeloatch.com/25. Especially for my podcast, that's how you can link to my show notes. So all of these tools I use, I'm gonna show you a little bit of my tech stack too. Very simple tech stack. I record my videos on my iPhone. This little pink mic right here, I got it from Amazon. So I'm gonna show you my tech stack a little bit. I'm very simple. I plan on upgrading my computer, but it's working just fine for me. But let me show you my tech stack. So again, very simple. My keyboard, I got this, in my mouse, I got this from Amazon. I have an HP computer. Let me do this right here. HP computer. My microphone. You guys see me? Can you see that? Let me pull the camera up a little bit. Let me see. Hold on. I think that's good. Okay. Right here, this is a Yeti mic. So this is a Yeti mic I use to podcast. I got it from Amazon too. I'll link everything if you want to shop on my Amazon storefront. But yeah, this is my tech stack. Okay, you might have seen it in my videos and things like that. This is what I have, and I'm proud of what I have. Oh, also the ring light too. I have a little ring light I got from Amazon too. So that's my simple tech stack. If you see, oh, my desk, my little desk, little short, small desk, Amazon. Okay. We're in the process of moving. We haven't moved yet. We're in the process of buying a house. So we're being very, very, I want to say frugal, but we're being very, yeah, kind of like that. Use that word. Maybe frugal, but while we are here, in our temporary home, I don't have like an office space right now. So I told my husband, I said, give me a little small desk that I can put in the bedroom. So we're sitting in the bedroom. So that's why I was being careful with my camera. But right here in the bedroom, I have my little desk, my chair, my pink chair. I got that from Amazon. And yeah, that's what we do. We do it. That's how my desk looks like that. I need to get me a little cup to put my pens and stuff in. But because it's not home, it's like I'm gonna make do with what I have. I can make an office anywhere. And I forgot to mention my little webcam too. That's in my Amazon storefront too. I use to record. If I'm gonna record a video on my computer, I have a little webcam. I think I pay about $50 for that. Something simple to get, but it gets the job done, right? My husband is trying to get me to get a MacBook, or yeah, I think it's a MacBook. I don't know. I'm an HP girl. I always been an HP girl, Windows girl. So I don't know. I like that. I like that. So yeah, you never know. We'll see. But yeah, this is what I do. This is how I make it happen. It's my little corner in the room. And I also want to share that too, to say that when it comes to building your business online, it does not matter what you do. You don't have to be fancy to do videos. You don't have to be fancy to make money online. You can do this as simply as you want. Like you said, I'll upgrade later as I go. That's the point of when you extend and you do different things. But right now, it's getting the job done. I'm making money, with what I have. So I don't care I remember even before here, we used to live in a 2-bedroom apartment with 4 children. Let me say it again: 2-bedroom apartment with 4 children, and we had this small living room. We didn't even have a full dining room, but we had the kitchen table, and I made a little corner space where me and my husband was sharing a desk. But in that space, you couldn't tell because we made the wall like I do now. This is my little wall art back here. I make it do what it do where I am. So I hope that it encourages somebody that's watching. Do it now. Do it. Use what you have. Okay. Use what you have so that you can get what you want. Use what you have right now to do what you need to do to make your money online. Okay. So again, I hope that this was very encouraging for somebody. So thank you so much for listening to me, all the tools that I use. I put all the links in the description. And please know that even with all these tools support me, my homeschooling, my quiet moments, like working in real life. Okay. I am in this space. I'm building a business that I love, I'm building a business around my life, not building my life around my business. Okay. So again, you can find all of my resources, my Etsy shop, all my books, all those things at mysoft.lifebiz.com. That's where I host all of the tools, the books, the resources that I'm using. So everything is linked there. Okay. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe, leave me a comment, and let me know if you have any questions about any of the tools that I use. Again, my prayer is that this video is very much valuable and helpful to you, and not just me showing you. My goal is to share my journey, but share it in such a way that you get to learn from me too. Okay. I'll see you in the next video, girl. Have a great one, and happy Valentine's Day if you're watching this on Valentine's Day.